We've walked the grand plazas of Tikal, stood before its towering temples, and glimpsed the lives of its people. But today, we turn to the most haunting part of its story, the mysteries and curiosities that surround this ancient city. Tikal has been studied for over a century, yet it's still the greatest mystery of all is the fall of Tikal. By the late 9th century, after centuries of dominance, the city entered decline. Inscriptions stop appearing on stelae. Temples cease to rise. Populations dwindle. By the year 950, the once thriving metropolis was abandoned. But why? Scholars have put forward many theories. One possibility is warfare. Tikal's rivalry with Kalakmal and other cities consumed resources and lives. Prolonged wars could have destabilized the kingdom and left it vulnerable. Another theory focuses on the environment. Studies of lake sediments near Tikal show evidence of severe droughts in the 9th century. Without rain, crops failed, reservoirs dried up, and famine spread. Combined with deforestation and soil exhaustion, the land may simply have been unable to sustain the population. Some suggest overpopulation played a role. At its height, Tikal may have been home to more than 100,000 people, all relying on intensive farming. When the environment faltered, the system collapsed. In 2020, a groundbreaking study published in Nature revealed that Tikal's reservoirs, once vital sources of drinking water, were contaminated not only with toxic blue-green algae, but also with dangerous levels of mercury. The mercury came from cinnabar, a bright red mineral composed of mercury sulfide, which the Maya used as a pigment to decorate buildings, ceramics, and other objects. Over time, heavy rains washed this substance into several of the city's reservoirs, especially those closest to the palace and the main temple. Although the Maya attempted to mitigate the problem with filtration systems, their efforts were not enough. As a result, many inhabitants may have suffered mercury poisoning, and when combined with the severe droughts of the 9th century, this environmental crisis is believed to have played a major role in the eventual abandonment of Tikal. The truth may be a combination of all these factors, a perfect storm of war, famine, mercury, poisoning, and environmental stress. Beyond its fall, Tikal hides other enigmas. Many of its temples and plazas are aligned with astonishing precision to astronomical events. For instance, the Mundo Perdido complex, or Lost World, contains structures oriented to mark solstices and equinoxes. Priests could stand atop a temple and watch the sun rise exactly along the edge of another pyramid, signaling the change of seasons. This was not mere coincidence. The Maya were master astronomers, tracking the cycles of Venus, the moon, and the sun with extraordinary accuracy. At Tikal, architecture became a cosmic map, aligning human activity with celestial rhythms. Were these alignments practical tools, or were they gateways to the gods? Perhaps both. Another mystery lies in the city's rituals. Archaeologists have found evidence of bloodletting, where nobles pierced their tongues or skin to offer blood to the gods. In some cases, human sacrifice was performed, often as part of royal funerary rites or to commemorate military victories. But the full scope of these rituals remains debated. Did every temple echo with sacrifice? Or were these acts rare, reserved for special occasions? The answers are still hidden in the soil and stones of Tikal. One of the strangest curiosities of Tikal can be experienced today. Stand in the Great Plaza, clap your hands, and listen. The echo that returns is not ordinary. It mimics the chirp of a quetzal, the sacred bird of the Maya. Was this an accident of architecture, or did the builders design their plazas to produce such sounds? Some researchers believe the acoustics of Tikal were intentionally engineered. Imagine thousands of people gathered in the plaza, priests chanting, drums beating, and echoes amplifying the sacred sounds. The city itself became an instrument of ritual. Beneath Tikal lies another mystery. Tunnels and caves that weave below the temples. Some appear to have been carved by hand, connecting plazas and structures. Others are natural caves, considered by the Maya to be portals to the underworld. In Maya belief, caves were sacred spaces where the gods of death and fertility dwelled. Rituals performed in these subterranean chambers connected the human world with the divine. What ceremonies took place in Tikal's underground passages? We may never know fully, but their existence adds yet another layer of mystery to the city. Tikal's mysteries don't end in antiquity. In the 20th century, its temples gained new fame when they appeared in Star Wars: A New Hope as the backdrop for the rebel base on Yavin 4. Millions who had never heard of the Maya suddenly saw their pyramids on the silver screen, cementing Tikal's place in popular imagination. And even today, technology is revealing new secrets. LiDAR surveys have shown hidden structures beneath the jungle, suggesting Tikal is far larger than previously thought. We've only uncovered a fraction of the city. Much still waits to be discovered. So what, then, is Tikal's legacy? It is a place of questions as much as answers. Why did it fall? How were its temples aligned so perfectly with the heavens? Did its builders design their plazas to sing with echoes? What rituals took place in its tunnels and caves? Perhaps the true mystery is this. Despite centuries of study, Tikal still resists full understanding. It remains partly hidden, partly silent, a reminder that the ancient world was complex, sophisticated, and deeply spiritual. As the sun sets over the jungle and the cries of howler monkeys echo through the trees, it's easy to imagine Tikal not as a ruin, but as it once was, alive with ceremony, filled with voices, and lit by sacred fires. Though abandoned more than 1,000 years ago, it endures, not just in stone, but in the questions it leaves behind. And perhaps that is the greatest gift of all, a reminder that the past is never fully gone. It waits patiently for us to uncover it. If you've enjoyed exploring Tikal mysteries, don't forget to subscribe for more stories of lost cities and ancient worlds revealed.